what makes you think they're gonna lower their prices when we're still buying the current pricing? You know what I mean? All right, guys, welcome back to another video. It's your man Jay Will. So right off the start here from the beginning, this is not so much a product video. I'm going to be showing you something. This is just a discussion video. So if you don't like a little bit of a discussion, you feel free to go ahead and click off and go to some other videos where I'm showing products and things like that. But in this video, I'm going to talk about how things have not changed and we still don't get it yet. So right now we're inside of a product launch. At the recording of this video, we're inside the product launch for the Galaxy Note 9. Now this shouldn't come to us as a shock to a lot of people, but before I get into this video, I want to point out one thing here. So the Galaxy Note 8 retailed at $950 last year when it dropped, right? The Galaxy Note 9 starts at $999, and then there's a $1250 option, right? So the $999 option is where I want to talk about first. Compared to last year's model, it's about $40 to $50 more, right? But in that $40 to $50 more, we often talk about what we want, what we need, what we want to get. There are a lot of things that are different from the Galaxy Note 9 to the Galaxy Note 8 that might warrant that $40 to $50 upgrade in price. But when you get to the $1250, all you're paying for is just a memory upgrade for $250, and that's just ridiculous. But when you think about it, I don't know if anybody else has really thought about it that way. $950 versus $999, obviously that's not too big of a difference, but on the products themselves, and don't think I'm trying to sway you to buy the Note 9. It's not even like that. It's just I just wanted to point that out real quick because I haven't seen a lot of people talk about it. If they have, you know, respect. But I think that the price of the $999 versus the $950, obviously you're getting a heck of a lot more for that $999. For that $50 difference, you're getting a whole bunch more. So think about it that way if you're a person who's on the fence that's trying to decide whether you want to trade in your Note 8 or get rid of your Note 8 or just buy the Note 9 and keep your Note 8. But a lot of people probably got their Galaxy Note 8s on some kind of deal because there was a lot of trade-in deals. There was a whole bunch going on. Very few people paid $950 for the Galaxy Note 8. And the Galaxy Note 9, I don't suspect that there's going to be too many deals jumping off real quick from Samsung on the website. They do have the trade-in where you can get $400 if you trade in your Galaxy Note 8 to them. If you trade in your Galaxy S9 or S9 Plus, you get $450, which I would not do that. But you know what I'm saying? I wouldn't give up my S9 for that price is what I'm saying. I would sell it outright and then go buy the Galaxy Note 9. But you know, the pricing scheme that's going on with the carriers and the OEMs and things like that, the OEMs, it's not going to change, man. We're not going to win that battle because, unfortunately, I'm at fault. I take ownership of what I've done to indirectly promote these products because I've always told you that a phone that costs more than $400 or so, the top of the line, $500, it's probably not worth it. You know, so you're always going to be able to find a phone that performs better or just as well for under half the cost. So there's no justifying paying that much for a phone, right? But in the same token, like I said, I take ownership of my part because I do review these phones on my channel. And I'm not telling you to buy the phones when I review them. I'm just telling you I'm a tech reviewer, so I love tech. So I'm gonna go ahead and spend my money on these things. And because obviously I get some kind of return from YouTube. You know, you guys watch my videos, you support me, I appreciate it. So that's how I'm able to buy most of the phones that you see. I just save, you know, I have a smartphone fund, you know, and I just put the money aside when it's something really, really expensive. And sometimes I have to come out of pocket too, depending on what I did with the YouTube money prior to the month. I don't know. But the point is, I'm getting some kind of return, and I'm not sure to say it. I'm getting some kind of return from YouTube, from you watching my videos and watching the ads and stuff like that and supporting me. So I appreciate that. And some of you guys don't have any intentions on buying the phones. You just want to watch a video on it, which is perfectly fine. You know, I do that too. I watch videos on stuff I have no intentions on buying to expand and see if it's something I might learn or something like that. But this cell phone pricing on phones, man, I can't honestly sit here and promote something that I know is going to hurt there's a reason that rich people are rich and poor people are poor. I fall into the poor category. And here's why, you know what I'm saying? I'm wearing Nikes, but you know what I'm saying, a rich person, and then the shorts, this shirt costs $45, man. This Eagle shirt is like $45, right? my hats are all $40, $50 for the Eagle size. And if you support teams, you already know that the gear is expensive, man. You can't see it, but I got on shorts, shirt. You know what I'm saying? I paid $110. Those Eagle shoes that we got cost $110. I didn't personally. She flipped the bill for that. I was like, I'm not paying $110 for those Nikes just because they got Eagles on it. But $110 for those Eagles. Like, the point is, the rich people are not wearing these types of things. They're not investing their money that way. They on the surface, they might see, you might think that they do, but a rich person stays rich because they handle their money wisely, or they invest differently than a poor person does. So most cases, when you see people promoting something, honestly, man, most of them probably got it free. Or like, I'm talking about reviewers online. Most of them probably got it free. I've gotten free phones, man. You know, this is what it is. You get to a certain spot, OEMs want to deal with you, and you put it out there that it's free, or if a person asks you, yeah, I got this as a review unit. You know what I'm saying? But that's a spot that a YouTuber might earn, whether it's phones, makeup, whatever it is, cameras, laptops. I don't know. However, I try to be mindful of promoting things, even when I'm spending my own money, to, you know, not get a person to thinking that it's okay to spend $12.50 on a phone. You know, it's totally not worth it. You know what I'm saying? It's not a shot at Samsung. It's not a shot at Apple. It's not a shot at any of these companies that charge more than $500 for a phone. The reality is, it's just not worth it. I have more phones that cost $200 to $300, no more than $400, that are better than those phones. They perform better. They have better battery. The cameras are just as good. Oh, it may not have the same dynamic range, but average users we don't care about that. We want to see if a photo is going to come out when we press auto, when we press the button. Really, that's what it is, man. And I think that the smartphone pricing of phones is not going to change, man. And I feel somewhat responsible because I'm reviewing them. And, you know, some phones I just don't, you know, I don't get Apple review units. So all those phones, you see, I have to foot the bill for those. And Samsung phones too. They don't send me all of the Samsung phones. Well, none of them. You know, so that's what it is. But I've gone to the event though. You know, I got to play with them first that last year, but I didn't go to the Samsung event this year because I refuse to join the network. You know, that's kind of underlying what that's about. You know, however, let's move on. This pricing thing. How in the world could you follow a person who's telling you to spend your $1,000, your $12.50 on a phone, and telling you it's the greatest thing ever? But let's be clear here, they're going to do that again next year because the Galaxy Note 10 is going to come out. The Galaxy X is going to come out. You know, the whatever is going to come out. They're going to tell you again next year. And let me, disclaimer, not taking shots at YouTubers. So don't twist it up like that. You know what I mean? I've talked to these people in person, you know what I'm saying? So I know that most of them are really nice people. That's not the point. It's nothing to do with them. It's just that the thing is, do not follow certain trends on YouTube when you're doing something. You can't. You're going to fall victim to things, and you're going to be broke. You're going to be spending your money trying to keep up with the Joneses, and you can't. And that's why I said I take my part. I take ownership for my part of being a tech reviewer, because I don't want to lie to you, man. When I get a lot of the Xiaomi phones free, but I also have to pay for them too. Like, I didn't get this phone free, and I really wanted it, man. And I'm actually getting ready to buy the Asus Zenfone 5Z, the Snapdragon 845 version, because I think that's probably better than any of the flagships already. If you guys don't know, this is one of my favorite phones. Like, this is one of my top dogs right here. You gotta, man, you have no idea. It's a good phone in my experience. But the phone costs like $300-$400. There'll be a link in the description. You can check that out. If you want to support my channel, links are in the description. If you don't, do your research. I appreciate the support just watching the video. But these pricings on phones, man, you should not be shocked when you see the same people getting online saying this is the greatest. Oh my gosh, they really did it this time. I only follow a small group of big YouTubers. And then in the same token, I don't even listen to their advice, if you will. Because I know that I'm going to get the product myself eventually, and I want that shock and awe for me. You know what I mean? So the pricing on the Galaxy Note 9 is not a shock. It shouldn't shock you. But we're going to make these videos every year. You're going to see a ton of videos every year of people telling you, oh my gosh, I can't believe that it costs this much. How could you be shocked? You think Samsung is making billions of dollars, Apple's making trillions of dollars. What makes you think they're going to lower their prices when we're still buying the current pricing? You know what I mean? Doesn't make any sense. They're not going to do it. It's not going to happen. They're going to keep going up. And then they'll make it look like they're giving you a discount or they're lowering the prices. Like the new iPhones. We're in iPhone season. I don't know if I said that already. We're in iPhone season. In the next 2 months, we're going to see the new iPhones. Supposedly one of the iPhones is going to be a lower price at $899. How is that a lower price? It's not a lower price. It's $1,000 still. Think about the logic. If you didn't take a marketing class in school, you should probably just take a marketing class online if you want to. And look at the way the training goes for marketing 101. We're going to brainwash these people. We're going to get them. We're going to keep showing them. We're going to keep doing this. Just like the McDonald's 2 for $5 joint, you know. They got you thinking that that's a great deal. But in the meantime, it's raising your cholesterol, your blood pressure, getting you closer to diabetes, obesity. You know what I mean? Certain neighborhoods only have McDonald's and stuff like that, the dollar menu. Those aren't good deals, folks. It's a bad deal because it's killing you off slowly with your health. But the cell phone game is the same thing, man. They get us to thinking that something is low in price, and it's not low in price. It's still high. Now, if phones like this come to carriers, or phones like the Xiaomi Mi A2, any of those Xiaomi phones, Huawei phone, any phone that's not Samsung or Apple can get onto carriers with the right pricing, those phones perform just as good, if not better, and they all have better battery than the so-called flagships. You understand what I'm saying? Cell phone reps are trained to sell you only Samsung and Apple phones. Disclaimer, not taking a shot at Samsung and Apple. I got both products, you know what I'm saying? I'm just keeping it as clear as possible for you. Be strong in your will not to buy things and when to buy, or buy it if you really need it. The pricing on phones is not going to change. It's going to go up for certain OEMs. We're never going to see it'll probably be 2025 before we see Asus and Xiaomi over here. And mind you, these companies are doing fantastic, just not in the US, because the powers that be won't allow them to be here. They want to keep the money all over here for themselves because we've got phone finance and all stuff. Imagine if you could get a Mi A2 for $265, $250. It's a stock Android phone. It's Android One on a carrier. How often would you upgrade your phone? Think about that. You wouldn't spend that much money. Probably wouldn't need insurance on a $200-something phone. I wouldn't get insurance on a $200-something phone because that's enough to just buy another one if in a year and a half it breaks or something. You know what I mean? Cases, screen protectors, you know, they all got to get a little piece of the pie. But you know what, folks, I'm gonna get out of here, man. I'll continue this discussion on my podcast on Tuesday night. So it's your man Jay Will. Again, hope you enjoyed the discussion because that's all this is about. My reflection on things, your reflection on things. Maybe I'll do a live stream later on and we'll talk about it some more. But for now, I'll see you in the next video. Take care.